I'm going to share with you why owner dependency and low cash flow kills deals and tortures valuations. Hi, my name is Brian Watson, and I've been on the buyer side of 60 plus business deals, and this is what I learned from each one of them. Owner dependency, why this kills deals. A lot of owners have spent 10, 20, maybe even 30 years building up a business that they started from the ground up. They work in it day to day, maybe 40 hours, 50 hours, sometimes 60 hours. And they built up this business that has these large revenues, have all these employees, have all these contracts, have all these systems in place. They're making money. But when it comes time to sell, they don't reevaluate their business to see what's most important to buyers. The business revolving around you as the owner, some people see it as a good thing, but a lot of buyers see it as a bad thing. And the reason why is that the business cannot operate if the owner is away for a week or two. Everything will just be pure chaos. And once you're finally gone, buyers have to replace you. A lot of buyers, you may come across some buyers, that are looking to work in the business themselves and just take over a lot of the responsibilities that you have done. But there are also buyers that are looking to acquire your company and also continue to grow by acquiring additional companies. They're not looking to buy a job. They're looking to buy a business that's able to operate, and they're able to chime in at a high level. So when you're talking about owner dependency, you got to look at all of the tasks that you're currently doing. If you're doing all of the sales, you're doing all of the marketing, if you're doing the bookkeeping, if you have all the relationships with the clients, the buyer has to bring somebody in to replace you. So if you're doing the bookkeeping, you got to hire an accountant or a bookkeeper. If you're doing all the sales, now the buyer has to hire a salesperson. If you're running the day-to-day operations, now the buyer has to buy a GM. And bringing on all these additional people have an added cost that the buyer has to take into account when they're evaluating your business in order to submit their offer. So the buyer's going to discount your business because now these are expenses that they have to take on. Even though there may be add backs for your salary, your health insurance, the buyer still has to get paid himself on top of bringing on these additional people. The second thing is cash flow. I've talked to a lot of buyers, and a lot of buyers are very adamant about their gross profit. A lot of buyers think that the revenues are what drives the value of their business. That couldn't be more far from the truth. At the end of the day, buyers care about cash flow. So after your revenues, take away your cost of goods sold, take away your operating expenses, add back your depreciation and interest, and also add back the owner's personal expenses, such as like the salary and the health insurance, then you'll get the true cash flow of the business. And this is what buyers use to put a value on your business, in addition to a number of other things. But this is the main basis for valuing your business. I've talked to owners who thought their business was worth millions of dollars, only to come to find out it's only worth several $100,000. I was looking at a cleaning business that was doing about $2 million in annual revenue. The owner wanted $2 million to sell. But after evaluating the business, we realized that the business was only worth about $700,000. And that's assuming all of those add backs, those personal expenses that are being run through the business, are counted towards the value of the business. So we're talking a huge gap right there. That's $1.3 million in value lost because the owner didn't properly prepare her business to sell in advance. So when you're thinking about selling your business, you have to look at all of the red flags that buyers look at. So I hope you found this video helpful. My name is Brian Watson, president of Victorium Enterprises, and I'll chat with you later.